All right, the Eagles, we don't know what the hell happened to them down the stretch last year, but they fell apart after having a great start. DeVonta Smith, receiver who got a $25 million per year extension several weeks back, yesterday speaking to reporters about the team's new offense. Have a listen.
I think it's going to be great. Get a new style of offense around. Let guys, not have more freedom, but be able to, do things that we weren't allowed to do. Move guys around, things like that. And overall, it's always to have a fresh start. Everyone's always been playing, different positions and things like that. But, moving guys around, allowing guys to go out there and, create some one-on-one matchups and, win how they want to win.
Yeah, look, fresh start offensively. And it went off the rails last year. Kellen Moore, now the offensive coordinator. Guys able to do things they weren't allowed to do, moving around, things like that. And remember, part of that sense last year was guys were freelancing, and the coaching staff was covering for the fact that guys were freelancing.
Yeah, we had the Seahawks game, right, where he threw the interception late and called a double move that was not called, by the coaching staff. Ended up costing that football game and continuing that downward spiral we saw late in the year. But I'm intrigued by what this is going to look like too in Philadelphia with Kellen Moore. Right? I mean, last year, again, they lost Shane Steichen after the Super Bowl. Shane Steichen is one of the best offensive minds in football. And Brian Johnson, who took over, was not ready for that. Right? It was just a little too college-y. Not enough, as we always talk about a lot of college guys. It's like, hey, this is cool, but okay, now we're in week 7. Everybody knows this. What else is there? Oh, there's nothing more? Oh, crap. We're in trouble. And, yeah, they're a team that I think is, they want to spread the field, which is, of course, a great formula for them, right? We know that. But think about the bind they put into a defense when they spread the field. That awesome offensive line, so you're still worried about, they can still run the ball, and they got a quarterback that can run the ball. So, man, we can't forget that. And let alone, there's A.J. Brown and DeVonta Smith. We got to double them. We got to figure out some way to cover them and do all that. Let alone, okay, now we cover them and they drop back to pass. Hurts has all day to throw the ball, and he can scramble, so we have to worry about that. Now they got Saquon Barkley. I still think we're going to see all that stuff, but it was too simple last year. And I think what DeVonta Smith is going, last year it was like I lined up here, A.J. Brown lined up here. It was the same formation 80% of the game. There's not any motion in the offense. There's not a lot of shifts. You don't see DeVonta and A.J. Brown stacked or in bunches together and stuff like that nearly as much as you see other great receivers in those other offenses. So, yeah, they need a little more versatility in that offense, but I don't think it's going to stray too far from what they've been the last few years.
Hey, if any team should have known the benefit of motion and shift in the 2023 season,
yeah, right,
it would be the team that got burned multiple times in the Super Bowl.
Right.
After making it clear all year long that was their Achilles heel defensively, as you pegged before the Super Bowl. This is their weakness, and if Jonathan Gannon wasn't so busy getting himself ready to be the Cardinals head coach, as evidenced by the tampering situation there, and I think undermined the defense of the Eagles going into that Super Bowl. If he hadn't been doing that, maybe they would have solved that problem. Motion,
yes,
a key part of an offense.
Right. If you're not doing motion this day and age, you're leaving a huge tool or advantage, a tool to get an advantage on a defense behind. I mean, Pete, you could look this up real quick. I know you can. Who led football in motions last year? I mean, we know it's the 49ers. We know it's the Dolphins, right? I think we got even Green Bay when LaFleur would be in that conversation. I would think Kansas City. Pete will come up as I continue to talk about this. But, more times than not, the best offenses in football we've seen over the last few years, right? I think maybe the Bengals would be a team that would, throw a curveball or – so here we go. Dolphins, 68%. Who else, Pete? Rams. Oh, okay. Another offensive genius. 49ers, Packers. I mean, it's all the offensive geniuses, right? The Shanahan tree. And Kellen Moore last year, he was up there in the league as far as motion in
25.9.
There you go. So hopefully we see that. They got to do that. Why wouldn't you? Can you imagine, Mike? Think about it. Hey, DeVonta Smith's over here. A.J. Brown's over here. Hey, motion, shift, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, did Hurts go this way? Did he give it to Barkley that way? I mean, they're leaving huge, plays or tactical advantages on the field on a week-to-week basis by not doing that.
Eagles used motion 10.9% of plays last season, the lowest rate in the entire National Football League. And again, Moore, 25.9%. As the Chargers offensive coordinator, he was 8th highest in the NFL. So that change is definitely coming for the Eagles offense. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.